at prices that wouldn't bust your pocket? Then come on in to Cans today at any of their convenient locations.
Time check, courtesy Alive by Nature's Way, distributed by H&J Enterprises Limited.
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Rambali.
I am Jesse Ramdew.
I'm Jovan Ravello with sport.
And I'm Jean-Marc Rambussard with your weather.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. At least one UNC member backs Kamla Prasad-Visesa as political leader, while analysts say she'll likely contest the internals unopposed.
Stakeholders warn raising drinking age could backfire. They call for better enforcement instead.
Digicel shuts down Loop News and Sportsmax, marking major shift in Caribbean media landscape.
In sport, honours even as rains affect Trinidad and Tobago's West Indies Under-19 opener.
Some improvement is in the forecast, but another tropical wave is on the horizon. I'll have the details in tonight's weather report.
At least one member of the UNC says he will not be challenging Kamla Prasad-Visesa for the post of political leader in the party's internal elections.
During a political meeting last evening, Prasad-Visesa declared her intention to defend the post, which she has held since 2010. She indicated that anyone can contest the position and that, quote, "If you want it, come and take it, I will be waiting," end quote. However, Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarat stated that the political leader has his unequivocal support to continue as leader. Padarat stressed that his position about Prasad-Visesa's leadership has not changed. Meanwhile, despite throwing down the gauntlet to would-be challengers, former government minister Dr. Fawad Khan believes that Prasad-Visesa will contest the post unopposed. Former chairman of the Penal Debia Regional Corporation, Dr. Alan Sami, adds that Prasad-Visesa's continued leadership is essential to the UNC's momentum, especially after steering the party to victory in the recent general election. Political analyst Dr. Winford James says arguments about Prasad-Visesa's age and health should not be major factors.
What's wrong with still going back? In fact, it's a good move that she's making to the extent that she feels revived. She feels strong enough to continue in the fray. I can't see anything wrong with that. And we can't tell when people are no longer age-wise suitable. There are people who are older in the politics around the world and are doing quite well.
Former government minister Dr. Suraj Ratan Rambachan added that he does not think there will be anyone bold enough to challenge Prasad-Visesa for the post.
He says her popularity and support base have been growing. Well, there are mixed reactions tonight following the Prime Minister's announcement that her government intends to raise the legal age for alcohol consumption to 21 and for gambling and marijuana use to 25.
While some welcome the move, others say it's meaningless without proper enforcement. Therese Polo and Timothy Shasto hit the streets today for the public's reaction.
In Trinidad and Tobago, once you turn 18, you're free to drink, gamble, or smoke marijuana. But Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Visesa says that's about to change under a UNC government. Yesterday, she promised legislation to raise the legal age, 21 for alcohol, 25 for marijuana and gambling. But not everyone's on board. Some in the industry call it unrealistic.
It's how children are brought up, how they grow in their parenting, their guidance, and the social systems that are in place. So if someone is going to be led astray or fall victim to alcoholism or anything like that, the law is not really going to stop that. Because people do illegal things, they take illegal drugs, they do all different things.
The Bar Owners Association fears it'll backfire. They warn that pushing young people out of legal bars could drive them to the black market.
They would now go to the illegal places where alcohol is sold and not monitored, not regularized or not enforced by the law, and they would still have access to the alcohol in any case. So what we saying as from the association standpoint, you need to deal with the illegal part and the illegal sales of alcohol before you could deal with the raise of age.
But at least one casino worker supports the Prime Minister's plan. And what about gambling? You think that the age limit for that is important too?
Same thing, because our youths are going astray too much. You understand me? By gambling and drinking. So let me secure a trade, secure a job, get a house, get a family, and then after on, then you can do what you want to do.
Online gaming agents are open to a change, but not all the way to 25.
We have no problem with it raising maybe up to about 20 or 21, but 25 we find is a big stretch. We will have a smaller income. Our commission will be smaller.
Carnival bands say they already have safeguards in place, but question if enforcement will ever improve.
It's quite prevalent that there are persons under 18 in these fets, there are persons under 18 in these nightclubs that are consuming alcohol. So we often wonder if we increase the age limit, are we going to enforce it? No.
Meanwhile, former National Security Minister and top cop Gary Griffith considers the noble intentions of the Prime Minister, which he first voiced on the campaign trail. But he too considers them pointless without real enforcement. Doris Polo, CNC3 News.
And on the back of that story, we asked if you agree with the Prime Minister's decision to have the legal age for alcohol consumption and gambling raised.
Here's what you told us.
No. What I think, you need to regulate the alcohol abuse when it comes to driving. People have to make a decision on their own whether to drink or not, whether it's in your own personal space or private area. That is free that's your democratic right.
Yes, because I wouldn't want my sons to do it.
Yeah, because the young people nowadays, they're drinking too much and getting on too bad. They're misbehaving.
I have no problem with that. Simply because we need to go much further than that, really and truly. And this is just another step in the right direction.
I support the decision to raise the gambling. As for the drinking, well, 18 is the legal age in Trinidad, and that's how it always was, so I don't see the need for it to be raised.
Yeah, specifically the gambling, because I think it'll be more mature to make better decisions with your money.
Well, still to come in the news, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves urges TNT to join regional security system to help tackle crime and boost coastal patrols.
TNT Med Service hit by third forecast disruption amid staff shortages.
A prominent attorney is arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a junior attorney. The attorney, who practices in both the civil and criminal courts, was arrested at his office on Dundonald Street in Port of Spain this afternoon between 2 and 5 p.m.
Police say the victim had gone to the attorney's office on March 22nd of this year for a scheduled meeting. During the meeting, she was allegedly sexually assaulted. The victim then reported the incident to police.
An investigation was launched and supervised by Deputy Police Commissioner Suzette Martin and Senior Superintendent Raymond Tom. The attorney is expected to be charged later tonight with grievous sexual assault and indecent assault. He's carded to appear in court tomorrow.
Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, is once again inviting Trinidad and Tobago to join the regional security system arrangement, stating that the initiative could significantly assist the country in tackling its crime challenges.
The RSS is a collective security arrangement among Eastern Caribbean states aimed at providing mutual assistance during national emergencies, security threats, and natural disasters. CNC3 News asked Dr. Gonsalves what benefit this would bring to TNT.
It will help you to deal with your criminal situation because we will coordinate things better. RSS is a very well-respected agency. We have C-29 aircraft equipped with proper radar systems and so on. I have no doubt you have also, so we work together, better coordination to deal with the terrible boys and girls.
Dr. Gonsalves said joining the RSS was a wish of former Prime Minister Patrick Manning. However, former Barbados Prime Minister Owen Arthur was not offering full membership at the time.
Meanwhile, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is tonight saying while he was looking forward to meeting Kamla Persad-Bissessar, he understands she had a demanding schedule due to the official visit of India's Prime Minister. And he told CNC3 News in Jamaica he's delighted that this country conferred the Order of the Republic onto Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Gonsalves had high praise for Modi and believes India's Prime Minister has the best interest of the entire region at heart.
Yeah, I wanted to meet my sister Kamla, but I can understand she had a tiring couple of days with Prime Minister Modi, who is my good brethren. I'm happy to see that she brought the Indian Prime Minister to Trinidad. And I'm not getting myself in your politics, but I'm very happy to see that he has been so specially honored. And I know that when my brethren Modi came to Trinidad, he wasn't just thinking about Trinidad, he was thinking about the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, Dr. Gonsalves said he's so far pleased with the performance and attitude of Foreign Affairs Minister Sean Sobers, who was sent to lead this country's delegation. He said he discussed a number of issues with Sobers, including the ones that led him to describe Trinidad and Tobago's currency as monopoly money. Gonsalves clarified to CNC3 News what he meant and why the matter must be addressed.
We used to sell about $15 million worth of agricultural produce to Trinidad, and it has dwindled to under $4 million US. And it's getting lower and lower because the farmers and the traders are paid in TT dollars in Trinidad. They have to buy goods in Trinidad to come to St. Vincent to sell them, for them to get easy money to pay the farmers. No, that is ridiculous.
Dr. Gonsalves described Prime Minister Modi as a visionary.
In tonight's Business Watch, Digicel has announced that two of its media companies, Loop News and Sportsmax, will cease operations.
Meanwhile, Heritage Petroleum's new board has been confirmed. Peter Christopher tells us more.
The media landscape in the Caribbean has changed after the Digicel confirms the winding down of Sportsmax and Loop News. In a news release on Tuesday, Digicel says the move marks a deliberate pivot from consumer-facing media to scalable enterprise-grade services within the Digicel business. Employees of both companies were notified of the decision shortly before the release was sent. Loop's operations were closed on Tuesday, with its website portraying a farewell message. They say all good things must come to an end, and so it is that after 11 years of proudly serving the Caribbean as a trusted media partner, Loop News is today announcing the end of our operations. Former regional lifestyle and culture manager for Loop News, Laura Dorwich Phillips, says while the end came suddenly, it was not unexpected.
Over the last 2 years, there've been a lot of people have been sent home. They've been shuttering, different departments and stuff in Digicel, and it was inevitable. I believe that, a lot of the apps would have been shut down, because at the end of the day, it's about, if it's profitable. I guess it's a business decision, so I'm not surprised by it.
Sportsmax, which launched in 2002, had been a popular channel for regional sports fans, showing local, regional and international sports, including popular international tournaments like the Olympics, the UEFA Champions League, La Liga and the Indian Premier League. Digicel says the channel will broadcast for the last time on August 8th. Liam Donnelly, Group Chief Business Officer of Digicel, says, while we are proud of the legacy of Sportsmax and Loop News, we are now focused on where we can create the greatest value for our customers and the communities we serve. Rudal Munilal, Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, officially issued letters of appointment to the boards of directors of the subsidiaries of the Trinidad Petroleum Holdings Limited, including Heritage Petroleum Company Limited, Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited, and Guaracara Refining Company Limited. According to a release from his ministry, former UCAT CEO Kurt Ramlal was named chairman of Heritage, with Khalid Hassanali, Lincoln Dukaran, Ronnie Suku, Richard Hansraj, and Kamini Ramraj also being named to the board. The appointments were made on Monday. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices. Peter Christopher, CNC3 Business Watch.
Come September, there'll be a police presence in high-risk schools. A list was provided to the police service for increased protection of students at the identified institutions from the start of the new school term in September.
The Prime Minister said she had promised during the general election campaigns that to address student violence, the UNC would assign police officers to schools facing such issues, beginning with the high-risk schools. Pasabi Sessa said she had asked Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlett for a list of such schools using various criteria from the ministry to determine what constitutes a high-risk school. This involves scientific data on the number of student suspensions, injuries, and other factors.
And the Prime Minister says proposed legislation to review the FUL process will be considered, as she feels the current arrangements can unfairly exclude qualified applicants. Last night, Prasad Bisesa lamented that while some applicants met all the necessary requirements to be issued a firearms user's license, they could still be denied on the basis of a single officer's opinion.
Too many times, citizens have all the documentation to qualify and are refused a firearm because of the opinion or irrationality of some arbitrary police officer. We remove the arbitrariness from the process.
Security expert Paul Nahus said the final decision is often up to police investigators, but noted that such mechanisms can be unreliable if officers were biased in their decision-making. And head of Centerpoint Advanced Security Solutions, Jethro John, says his company is engaged in discussions on how to standardize the FUL application process, which will be forwarded to the Homeland Security Ministry.
Well, after numerous protests and unanswered questions, contractors and workers under the National Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program may finally see relief.
The Rural Development Company says payments are expected by the end of this week. Staff members are working overtime to verify timesheets submitted since April. Contractors say they were hired on 3-month contracts with promises of fortnightly wages, but have not received a single paycheck. They say many continue to work under hazardous conditions, clearing overgrown bush and encountering beehives despite mounting personal hardships. They add some managed teams of up to 30 workers, including single mothers, who now face financial strain. On Monday, they took their frustration to the RDC's office in Couva, claiming they were ignored and misdirected by both the RDC and the Ministry of Agriculture. In response, the RDC says it remains committed to a smooth transition of the program and has urged contractors to follow grievance procedures outlined in their contracts. While some fear that widespread CPAP retrenchment could fuel a rise in crime, former government minister and CEO of Petrotrin's Employee Assistance Program, Neil Parsonlal, says the more immediate concern is a spike in mental health issues. He told CNC3 News that mass job cuts could trigger stress and trauma, similar to what was seen among retrenched Petrotrin workers. He noted that under the previous administration, those workers received up to 6 months of EAP support. So far, there's been no word from the Ministry of Social Development on whether similar assistance will be offered to CPAP workers. Personnel warned that support should extend not only to those dismissed, but also to employees left behind who may now struggle with anxiety over job security.
I think there's a need for the entire country to spend, to have a greater emphasis on mental health, and particularly in dealing with workers and their families and the trauma that comes with being unemployed.
Attempts to contact Minister of the People, Social Development and Family Services Vandana Mohit were futile up to news time. Almost 2 months into the wet season, the Met Office is struggling with a staff shortage. Today, their Hypnotic branch in Piarco operated without a forecaster on duty, with their latest forecast published at 5:41 this morning.
In an email to its stakeholders, the TTMS cited the lack of resources which disrupted routine products and services. While there were no major impacts today, these staff shortages have, in the past, resulted in flight delays. Former Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez indicated that approvals were obtained to fill both contract and permanent positions at the TTMS before he left the ministry. He said he is also surprised that the situation remains unresolved. CNC3 News also reached out to Public Utilities Minister Barry Padaras with no response up to news time. President of the Criminal Bar Association, Israel Khan, is welcoming of the post of Lord Chancellor. Khan spoke with CNC3 News today in response to the proposed legislation announced by the Prime Minister. During a meeting in Pina last night, Kamla Persad-Bissessar announced the drafting of legislation to introduce a Lord Chancellor to assist Chief Justice Ivor Archie in the administrative arm of the Judiciary. Khan said the position should provide swifter justice as it will help the Chief Justice to meet his judicial obligations.
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of cases pending. He cannot really manage the administration of the staff and the logistic of the Chief Justice office, and at the same time sit as Chief Justice in the Court of Appeal and assign with certain cases to certain judges and so on. He's overburdened.
CNC3 News spoke with senior judges on the condition of anonymity, who say the position is something the Chief Justice has been clamoring for years. But some of the judges question if the position will be similar to the UK Chancellor, which is a political appointment and mirrors the role of the Court Executive Administrator. The Law Association says it is still reviewing the suggestion. Well, still to come in the news, Kylie Charles didn't just pass for her first choice, but she secured second place in Tobago for this year's SCA exam. We'll hear about her journey.
Showers began over eastern Trinidad this morning, then spread across the remainder of Trinidad and to a lesser extent Tobago. The thunderstorms were limited to Trinidad beginning during the late morning and continuing well into the afternoon, with some really intense activity out in the Gulf of Paria. Conditions have now settled, but I'll let you know how the next wave is progressing coming up just after the break.
Hey Trinidad, it's CeCe Winans, and I can't wait to be coming your way on July 31st. I'm so excited to worship with you and to lift up the name of Jesus together on the More Than This World Tour. It is going to be a powerful night of worship. You won't want to miss it. Get your tickets now at ccwinans.com.
Discover Regal Granola. Crunchy, flavorful, bursting with berries, seeds, Regal almonds, walnuts, pecans. High in fiber with real orange juice. Get Regal Granola, the perfect snack for your lunchbox.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Garlic 1 pound for $9.95. Russet potatoes 5 pounds $17.95. Grill Master Burger patties 2 pounds $49.95. Great Value crinkle cut fries 5 pounds 2 for $59.95. Golden Brand margarine 4 for $19.95. Anchor cheddar cheese 250 grams 2 for $44.95. Richport vegetable oil 500 ml 3 for $19.95. Lucasade Energy 360 ml 3 for $18.95. Chubby 3 cases for $100. Clorox 1 gallon $26.95. Double duty medium garbage bags $17.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping spree.
He hit me. Will CG United cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG United handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG United. Good like that.
Food basket. Food basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For every day low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. A remush, I wanna shop where go view. Food basket, the nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food basket, marketplace, go view, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Welcome back. The second top-performing SCA student in Tobago is 11-year-old Kylie Charles. And her father says discipline, balance, and a whole lot of practice made the difference.
But the journey to exam day wasn't easy, and it began with online school, pandemic pressure, and a struggle with math. Elizabeth Gonzalez reports.
I wasn't surprised at her attaining her first choice, but I was surprised at the second place. On the island.
Kylie Charles is headed to Bishop's High School, and she didn't just pass for her first choice. She placed second in Tobago. But her father, a teacher himself, said the start of her SCA journey was a struggle, especially during online learning in the pandemic.
She did not like it at all. Sometimes I had to I'm a teacher. I had to leave my class and make sure she's paying attention and so on, because she did not like the fact that there's nobody there to interact with.
Math was her weakest subject, so her father got a private tutor, and slowly the grades began to rise.
It was a lot of work, but Kylie's a good child. She listens and takes good instructions.
On the morning of the exam, there was no panic. Just one final instruction.
I say, do what you're accustomed to doing. That's all I said to her, and that was it.
Kylie says the pressure was real, and staying focused took daily effort.
It was very difficult because I had to always study and make sure I'm always doing my work properly and getting high on my tests.
But when she's not studying, Kylie loves to dance, play games, read, and do incredibly detailed sketches that show off her creative side. She says there was no big secret behind her success, just consistency and balance.
I used to study throughout the week, and during the weekends I would do my homework first, then I would spend my screen time playing games and watching videos to make sure that I don't overwork myself.
To the other children hoping to succeed in Standard 5, she says,
don't stop trying because you know that you could always do better.
And for other parents, Kylie's father says know your children and support them.
It's up to you as a parent to see where the talent of the child lies and just provide that space for them to do their best. You know, push them as much as they can and let them achieve in whatever area they are interested in.
While the work isn't over, Kylie has already taught herself a lesson in finding balance and having faith in herself. Elizabeth Gonzalez, CNC3 News.
Very proud of you, Kylie. Congratulations.
Some extremely talented people. Huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, over 200 primary and secondary students from across TNT showcased their creativity in the first ever Renewable Rivalry National Clean Energy Competition.
The event, led by UTT's Outreach Unit in collaboration with the Energy Ministry, challenged students to create workable renewable energy solutions using the sun and the wind. We have more in tonight's tech segment.
Tech Talk, brought to you by Flow. We keep your rhythm flowing.
From wind-powered inventions,
which spins a generator, which should create electricity,
to solar-powered prototypes.
Inside, we can use solar energy to power general lighting.
Students tackled age-specific challenges under the themes Windy Wonders and Solar Horizons. They turned science class theory into working solutions. And in the end, the primary school winners would be Parletuvier Anglican Primary School Eco Explorers.
I would harness energy from the wind using a mechanical power to spin a generator. I would frame my answer with school because he can provide electricity without burning any fuel or polluting the air.
And in the secondary school category, Lakshmi Girls Hindu College won first prize for their project that showcased a solar-powered smart home designed for energy efficiency, comfort, and environmental responsibility. The home featured high-efficiency solar panels, battery storage, and an automated system to manage heating, cooling, and lighting in real time. And speaking of heat, Tertiary Education Minister Prakash Prasad says the quality of projects warmed his heart, and now he's hoping that the use of solar energy can eventually power schools, which he says are...
It's extremely hot, extremely hot.
He also thinks it's time UTT takes the next steps forward.
I think an opportunity exists for UTT and a private partner, whomsoever, to get involved in the development of scientific equipment for schools. That's a huge day. It's not difficult. We don't need to buy from all these people abroad. What you have done here, if you can sell it, I tell you, we'll do well.
Congratulations to all the winners. Keishan Haynes, CNC3 News.
Tech Talk, brought to you by Flow. We keep your rhythm flowing.
Mark joins us now on set. Some dark clouds over the Met Office. No forecaster on duty, but we have our meteorologist on duty. John Mark, take it away.
Yes, as the only meteorologist on local television, let's take a look at the satellite. So today we were affected by the intertropical convergence zone, which is why I make sure to identify it almost every evening. To our east, we have two tropical waves out in the Atlantic Ocean, numbers 14 and 15. Now, 14 doesn't seem to be packing too much thunderstorms compared to some of the waves that passed us over the last few weeks. So the activity will be a bit more isolated when it passes tomorrow. Now, 15 is expected later this week and may give us a relatively wet weekend. So zooming into the region, mostly fair over the majority of the island chain today. There's a band of cloud off to their east, which will give them some showers late tomorrow into Thursday. Over our area, we can see the activity associated with the ITCZ a bit better, and still one or two heavy showers off to our east and southeast, and a bit further east we can see some activity with the tropical wave number 14. So the forecast for tonight, the partly cloudy conditions are expected to continue with a few showers and the low chance of the odd heavy shower or thunderstorm generally favoring Tobago and eastern areas of Trinidad. We can expect overnight lows of 24 in Trinidad and 25 in Tobago. Now tomorrow we can expect those partly cloudy conditions with some sunshine and some showers during the morning and afternoon. There is a low to medium chance of a few heavy showers or thunderstorms favoring the afternoon over Trinidad. Conditions are expected to settle and become mostly fair by the evening as well, so the timing is somewhat similar to what we had today, but we should have a bit more sunshine tomorrow. Sea conditions are moderate, with waves up to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. Winds are expected out of the east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, so slightly weaker winds than yesterday, so those showers won't be as brisk as they were today. Tomorrow, looking ahead, weak tropical wave number 14 is expected tomorrow, but once that settles by the evening, we should have a bit more sunshine on Thursday. Now, models have been flip-flopping with the weather for Friday, which is when tropical wave number 15 is expected to pass, so don't plan anything quite yet. Also on Thursday and Friday, showers may tend to favor Tobago as well. Some of the activity is expected after the axis of the wave passes, so it's shaping up to be a relatively wet weekend with showers and isolated thunderstorms on both days. So it seems as though Thursday is going to be the driest day of the week.
Well, school is closing.
Laundry day for me.
Oh, I see. You hang your clothes out.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Jean-Marc. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
It's Christmas in July at Bright Ideas, and we're turning up the heat with our biggest event yet, Slay the Savings. From tents to tables, your favorite store is packed like a Christmas tree with real deals on stuff you actually want. Kitchen, bedroom, decor, and more. From mega combos to unbelievable discounts to once-a-year deals, it's all out and ready to grab now. Every day, check out Facebook and Instagram to see what we're unwrapping next. Can't make it in store? No problem. Shop online at brightideyashomestore.com or download the Bright Ideas mobile app. It's festive, fabulous, and only while stocks last.
Bright Ideas, latest savings is on.
Discover a breakthrough in healthcare at Liberty Medical Center, where expert care is affordable. See top specialists in endocrinology, diabetes care, dermatology, psychiatry, psychology, urology, obstetrics, and gynecology. We offer ultrasounds, x-rays, and ECGs. With full diagnostic services, an in-house pharmacy, and compassionate care, you'll leave feeling better than you came in. Visit us at 154 Pointe-a-Pierre Road, San Fernando, or call 610-4562. Liberty Medical Center, your health, our mission. Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
With the cold and flu lurking around every corner, keeping your immune system strong allows you to live the life that you want every day. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is a unique plasmalized yeast product that enhances the absorption of essential micronutrients, ensuring that your body stays resilient. And now enriched with zinc, it is your go-to support for immunity. Staying vibrant and healthy just became a whole lot easier. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
Don't forget, we are Food Basket Superstore right here in Arima. Come see for yourself. From stationery to household items and so much more right here at Food Basket Superstore in Arima.
I really love the variety. There's something for everyone here.
So I hear Beto Homes has the best kitchens.
You heard right. We have Shaker style, modern Euro, and hardwood.
I like this one. Can I test it right here, right now?
Sure, but how are you gonna do that?
All right, you all, come inside. Are you ready?
Time to live!
Oh, a spice rack.
Soft close door hinges. Oh, this countertop's nice, well.
It's hot enough.
So, what do you think?
Well, this
100%.
is it. I'll take it. Build the kitchen you love for less at Beto Homes, Caroni or French Street.
Science calls it AMPK, your body's built-in system for burning fat, balancing blood sugar, and fueling energy. Berberine Plus naturally supports AMPK, helping you feel better, live better, be better. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, powerful results naturally.
A a Losero farmer, already hit hard by recent land movements, is now counting more losses after 3,000 pounds of his tomatoes were stolen on Sunday.
Edward Moody, president of the Sustainable Climate Resilience Initiative, says while farmers and officials were touring the devastated area on Sunday, the driver of an old silver Frontier used a back entrance to gain access to his farmer's garden and loaded up the tomatoes into his van. Police were called twice, and despite the perpetrator's van getting stuck in the mud, he still had ample time to escape with the stolen produce. Moody says the perpetrator is known to them.
Anybody seeing this man coming up to sell this tomato, please call the police. It is stolen tomatoes. Farmers have no right to be suffering in the weather, the sun, the cold, the rain, the landslide, the destruction in Losero, and then some men from right out Lawrence Sut come and thief all that tomato from you.
Meanwhile, the Sapara Borough Corporation has prohibited entry to the landslide site, warning that unstable soil and continued ground movement pose serious hazards.
Residents and visitors are urged to stay away and follow all safety advisories until further notice.
A 36-year-old Tobago man is recovering in hospital after he was shot outside his home in Bethel around midnight. Police say after 11 p.m., the victim was speaking to a friend outside his house at Riseland, Bethel, when a man in a dark hoodie appeared from behind the house.
The gunman fired several shots, hitting the victim in the left leg and upper right chest. Both men ran in different directions, and neighbors quickly came to help. The injured man was taken to the Scarborough General Hospital by ambulance, where he remains in a stable condition.
Officers of the CID Crime Scene Unit and Chevron Road Police Station responded to the scene. No arrests have been made and police are still investigating.
All right, let's hand you over now to Jovan for a look at sport. Jovan?
Thanks, Ria. Coming up in sport, girls champions crowned as the TNT Football Association's G League comes to an exciting conclusion. And Sabalenka prevails after a fight to advance to Wimbledon Final Four. Sport is after this break.
Food basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant.